Hi. I've really been looking forward to this moment. This is the first time I'm shooting a video for YouTube. The key to me is using as many local ingredients as possible. And this starts with the flour. But I ended up actually with a flour from Valsemülle. Easy to stretch, really great taste. And what's most important to me, it's organic. They just recently launched a new flour. It's called Strong. It's not organic, but I couldn't help try to use it just to compare with my not so strong flour. The W value for this flour is 320, so it's quite strong. You can compare to the Italian flours. Yes, I'm going to use the PizzaTool. It's a pizza app. When you understand it, it's quite easy to use. It doesn't tell you so much how to prepare the dough, but it tells you what to put in there, obviously, and how long it should rest and where. So I can recommend that. This is not my normal go-to recipe. I usually make a bigger, and I'm also using my Sun mix. But I want to experiment with different level of hydration. So for the not so strong flour, I'm going with 60 and 65. For the strong flour, I'm doing 65 and 75. I already prepared one dough with the 60. Now I'll show you how to prepare the 65 version using the pizza app and using my. Here's the water. It's lukewarm. I already weighted the yeast, put it in there, and combine it. For this recipe, I need 552 grams of flour. I'm making 3 balls, and yes, I'm making them slightly bigger than you most likely would be doing. But anyway, 552, we're almost there. Here we are. And finally, you add the salt and start combining it with your hands. Eventually, the flour would have absorbed all the water, and you actually can let it rest for a few minutes. Then it would be easier to actually knead the dough afterwards. The dough has been resting for a few minutes, and I actually can start kneading it. You would have to do this for, I don't know, 5 to 10 minutes. The dough has been resting for about an hour. This is the 60, 65 with the not so strong flour, and 65 and 75 with the stronger flour. Not so surprising, it's a huge difference in how the dough is behaving. The 61 is too hard. I'm actually really curious to see how the pizza turn out with this one. The 65, well, it's nice. It's my go-to hydration. And this is 75, which obviously is a bit more soft than the other dough. Now it's time to boil them up and get them in the fridge for 48 hours. Hydration dough. Right now, I'm shaping the ones for the 65 for the strong flour. And the 60% hydration, it was very hard. I don't think that this will end up being any pizza worthwhile eating. 65%, feels nice as usual. And the 75% hydration obviously is going to be a bit harder to work with, but after it has been resting for an hour, it's actually not so bad. So it's actually very nice working with. Okay, let's prepare the balls. About 300 grams each. Okay, so let's shape the 75% balls. One down here. And that's it. I actually made another version of the dough, 70% with the strong flour. So that's why there are 5 in the background. I'm going to start with the 75% dough. I'm heating up the oven to 400 degrees on the top and 350 in the bottom. I'm starting with this because the other pizzas have to bake at a higher temperature. But as there's so much water in the 75% dough, I want to bake it slower so the pizza actually gets ready and done. If I just bake it with 475, 500 degrees on the top, the top will be ready, but the dough will not be baked. The oven is ready. And I'm about to shape the 75% dough. It's actually very nice working with, but obviously it has a very high hydration. So I start pushing the air out of the ball to the sides. With the 75% dough, you just can't flip it around too much. You're going to stretch it on the table and get it in the oven immediately. Even though there's so much water in it, it's very, very nice. Of course, you have to be a bit careful, but it's elastic, it stretches very easily, and there's just so much air in it, seems to me. Of course, I have to be a bit careful not to get all the flour into the oven in a moment. It's going to be a basic margarita, nothing fancy, but actually a margarita is quite nice. And I'm going to try the pizzas. I'm not going to prepare all of them at once. I'm making one by one. Otherwise they get cold and I actually want to enjoy it. And again, the oven is not as warm as I normally would be doing it or having it. It's only 400 degrees in the top and 350 in the bottom. Again, the reason being that I want to get the dough ready before the top gets burned. Yeah? Just trying to make sure that it actually slips the spade and that the excess flour is off. That's what a 75% hydration pizza looks like. As you can hear, it's very crunchy. And now to the 70% hydration dough. I'm going to bake this at lower temperatures as well, for the same reason as with the 75% dough. This dough also feels very, very nice and easy to stretch. And actually, I just took the dough balls out of the fridge, so they haven't been resting in room temperature really. And this is very, very nice. This dough seems a bit easier to stretch. Also, very, very nice flour. I mean, hard to believe that there's 70% water in here, but there's. I just finished the 70% pizza, and this also looks really nice. I don't think you can hear it, but it's also crunchy, and it looks very nice with the high hydration. To the 65. I mean, you can tell that there's less water in there. Taste-wise, yes, very nice. But again, I started with the high hydration dough, and you can tell it's more soft and there's just more air in it. Not that this tastes bad, but if you go with strong flour, I definitely recommend that you go with the 70%. It's not much more difficult to prepare the pizza, and taste-wise you get a bit more. But still. And now off to the last one. This is 60% dough. So this was the last pizza. The 60%. Yeah, it's not as fluffy as the other ones. Taste-wise, and also from an interesting perspective, I think the 75% pizza was very, very nice. I'm tempted to go even higher, try to make 100% hydration dough, but this will be for the next time. Easy. Thanks for now. Thanks for watching. Hope I see you again soon.